So it's like 1 a.m. January 1st, 2025. Sorry, so I know the camera's here, but I keep looking here because that's me. I promise I'm not looking off, like, at someone. Like, I'm just looking at myself. But, yeah, man, it's a new fucking year, man. And, shit, I feel good as hell. I can't lie. I feel good. I feel better than I've felt in a long time. And it's crazy, you know. I should start off with introducing myself. My name is Cekiyah. I also go by Freddie. Whichever you like, it doesn't matter to me. I don't necessarily identify as anything. I am a queer person. If you want to refer to me as a woman with she, her pronouns, that's fine. If you think I'm non-binary and that's what you peg me as, then I guess I'm non-binary. If my skull looks like a man's skull, because since that's a thing apparently,
I guess I'm a man then.
Gender doesn't really affect me at all in any sort of way. So it doesn't bother me about what people call me. Cekiyah or Freddie is fine. If you don't want to call me anything, you don't
believe in pronouns, whatever that means.
But pop off and do you.
I don't care.
My point in making this channel, I've made like 2 other videos like this and I just keep on rambling and going and going and going, so I'm gonna keep it clear and concise. I made this channel because I am highly autistic and I love music. I love music and I love to listen to music and I love to critique music and I love to make it, and I'm completely and entirely infatuated with it, and it's the greatest thing that's ever happened to me in my life. And there's nothing more than that I want than to be able to share that with people and how I interpret music and how I interpret the sounds and the melodies and the harmonies and the beat and
all this crazy shit.
Now, mind you, I'm not a music expert. I will never claim to be. I know a lot about music, but I'm not an expert. I have not been trained. I mean, you know, I do sing, and I do have a TikTok. I did private all of the videos, but that's just because of the new year, and I do that anyways with all my other accounts. Like, even my personal account for like school. Like, I take literally I go literally through all of the months because I post like monthly highlights, and I'll just archive them and then start the new year on a fresh account. And I don't know why I do that. I just enjoy it. I think it's nice to start fresh and not have to constantly look back. I am autistic. I was diagnosed professionally by specialists when I was I did the test when I was 17, and I got the results when I was when I just turned 18. It is very difficult as an autistic adult to get an actual proper diagnosis. So I'm so glad, so thankful for my family for getting it in at the last second, because now I'm able to get different benefits and things like that, so I can actually
Prosper in life.
because I'm pretty disadvantaged in like every single way. Black, queer, woman.
Autistic? It's not great out here.
No, it actually is. It actually is very great out here. For once in my life, I'm actually feeling very confident. Like, I can actually do shit. Like, I don't have to just sit and constantly mope about and fucking hate myself. And I'm able to actually say that I love myself and I love the way I look and I think that I'm beautiful. And thank fuck. It took you forever, man. But it wasn't fucking easy. Whenever I tell people about how I came out of, sorry, the vent came on and it is kind of loud, but that's why I'm with the camera kind of closer to me. But I'll never tell people, you know,
you just have to turn your life around.
I'm not a person that's very surface level. I go very deep into things, and that's why I'm able to interpret music the way that I do, why I'm able to enjoy multiple types of sounds and genres, and just be able to just take them all in and understand them, you know. I don't think there's necessarily like bad songs. Okay, there are like bad songs that are like objectively like, what are you doing here? This is insane. I mean, for like certain music, certain songs are just not meant for you at the time. I realize that, because I can't lie. If we're gonna say about, you know, the types of artists and stuff that I like, I used to be a Billie Eilish stan. I mean, I still love her, of course, but I'm not a stan anymore. I don't believe in stan culture anymore, and I think it's really toxic. And I think it dehumanizes the artist, even though you're trying to love them. I understand that. I think it's dehumanizing, and it makes them more of a spectacle than a human being. But I do love her. I say that because Hit Me Hard and Soft, I fucking hated that album when it came out. I was like, what are you doing? You said this is gonna be like When We All Fall Asleep. I thought it was gonna be like that, but I had to realize that bitch is not 15, 16 anymore. She's a grown-ass woman. She just turned 23.
Huh?
I swear she's still 17, but whatever.
Time's weird.
Like, I hated that album. And I remember I had a coworker at the time at the place I used to work at the time. She just loved Billie, and she was just like, I just love everything that she does. And she was like, do you like the album, the new album? And I was like,
Yeah, it's alright.
like, you know, I was just not understanding her sound at the time. And I was just kind of just being a bitch. Like, I was just like, man, like, bruh, like,
This isn't anything like she said it was gonna be.
Nigga, what?
like, no, that's a grown woman now. She's not gonna be like how she was. And you can even tell in the interviews and stuff, she describes how different her music is. Like, actually, like, musicality wise, rather than like her mental state or her age. I remember when I really started to like it and really started to listen, I remember I was in bed and I had taken something that rhymes, doing something that rhymes with
Sipping?
I was listening to her album, and you know the song Skinny? First of all, why does she have cameras in my room? Because she's talking about me. That's crazy. Like, I relate to exactly what she's saying, and I totally get it, especially in Blue. How's she know all that stuff about my family? Like, what? What do you, girl? Pop off. But no, I'm kidding. I don't really think that. But I remember the crescendo. Do you still cry? Like, that shit got me. I was like, and that's when I started
Zipping.
and I was like, I just started bawling, and I was like, I just still cry. It was a whole thing, and it was so funny now that I look at it now, but back then, man, I was like, oh my God. It was insane. You know, the way that I just completely connected to that whole damn album. And you know what was funny? I knew I liked it even before I zipped. I guess we're gonna say that now. Even before I zipped, I would be like, man, this album's kind of shit. Like, this album's weird. But then I'll keep going back to it. I'll be like,
Let me listen to Lunch. Okay, let me listen to Diner. Okay, let me listen.
and I'll be like, it's okay, I guess I like this one. Like, girl, just be real with you. And that's what I did when I was on the room zipping. I was like, oh my God, dude. Everything that she's saying is everything that I've been trying to hide from. What? It's crazy how these people that live what many perceive to be an unattainable life are able to relate to the masses like that. Like, what are you doing, girl? That's crazy. But you know, one thing that does piss me off though, y'all misunderstanding Birds of a Feather. That shit is not about friendship. Not about flocking together. That's the wrong song. That's two birds on a wire. You got it wrong, okay? By the way, I want to clarify that was a joke. It's essentially about like the same thing, just like in a different context, in a different light. But like I was joking, okay? I just want to make that clear. It's about obsession and a one-sided relationship where one person is in love and the other has moved on or just never was in love to begin with. It's not about flocking together.
We're not running through fields.
Like, that's one thing that pissed me off about how y'all interpreted that song. But besides that, the people that actually understood it, how the fuck is it all of us? Not just understood, but related and was like, damn, how did she know that? Like, the people like that. Yo, how do they do that? And I'm like, I have to touch something. I can't just sit here. Like, I have issues speaking sometimes. I will stutter over myself, and sometimes I won't edit it out, and I really don't care. So don't bring it up because
I don't care.
I'm saying that now. That's just how I speak sometimes. When I get really passionate, it just comes out, and I can't control it sometimes. But that's just how I am. That's who I authentically am, and maybe I'll get better at it. But right now, that's just where it's at, and I have to accept it for as it is, you know. But besides that goes back to my point. Sometimes we interpret music as being bad because we have not found something within us that wants to be visited. Like you're trying to hide a part of yourself. Like this song is gonna expose you to the world or something. Like, no, that's just not the case. I just love music. I love everything to do with music. I just interpret it so like differently. I can't explain it. Well, I can. I'll give you a like try to visualize I'm gonna try to help you like understand certain songs, certain ways that things are. Like if you know the artist Shehan and you listen to Adam's Lament, I can make a whole video about that. I probably will. So good. There's a note that he hits. It's the song's like, never was alive until the moment. That is a crazy note. What is that note? It's got to be like 10 of them. It's got to be like 10 notes, I'm saying. It sounds more like a flat. Whatever. I'm not trying to get, like I said, I'm not an expert. If you correct me, that's fine. I'm not going to feel offended. Also, don't be a bitch about it. Like,
Relax, it's not that deep. It's music.
I say that because that song just gives me these amazing like goosebumps on my like scalp. It's so hard to explain. It's really not. Like I'm explaining it perfectly. I get like this feeling where it's like it's deeper than just like I like this song. I can visualize myself like doing something as I'm listening to the song, kind of like if we're going back to Billie Eilish, like Bittersweet, and how y'all be like y'all be acting like it's Wolves by Kanye, like you floating up in the air and shit. That shit's hilarious. That's how I interpret all of my favorite music and stuff like that. It's music where I can visualize myself and it creates a story for me. I can perfectly visualize where this song is taking me and what the story is, because I'm a very visual person. I see everything in my mind, especially things that really inspire me, especially things that give me those tingles, like where I just feel like I just gotta like move around. Like I can't explain it. It's crazy. It's crazy. And I just feel like, man, I want to be able to have a space where I can share that. I don't want to keep all this in my head. Like that shit's just not cool to me. Even if no one gives a fuck, I don't care. If 3 people see this shit, don't like, don't comment, just view, shit, man, at least I put it out there. At least it's not stuck in my head and I'm just convinced that no one cares and no one's gonna see this, and so just keep it to yourself. Like, man, fuck that shit. Maybe they do see it. That's what we gotta change about our mindset. Maybe they won't see it, maybe they won't care, but what if they do? What if people do? That's the main thing. Maybe people will care. It's that hope that you have to keep for yourself that you're gonna come out better in the end. Because if you're manifesting this like terrible outcome for your stuff, it's gonna be fucking terrible. You know? You can't sit here and like want to create something and be like, well, no one's gonna like it, so, you know, there are successful artists that have done that, but they're few and far in between. They don't usually think no one's gonna like it. They're like, I hope someone does. Like it's almost kind of half-hearted, but there's still some hope there, and they find success in that hope, you know, a lot of times, more often than not. And I want to be that person as well. I want to be able to not be so hard on myself and make me and feel like that no one cares, because people do care. I have a lot of people around me that care, and if people online don't, then man, I got so many people in my life that do. I've posted before, and you know, you get embarrassed and maybe someone might say something kind of mean or whatever the case is, and you delete it and you never try again. I've just never been that person to just give up completely. Yes, I'll recluse and I'll have that inner judgment and like hate myself for a little bit, but at the end of the day, I come out better. And I'm less moved by rude comments or the lack of attention and things like that. It's like, that doesn't matter to me anymore, because it's not even about that. It's about me. I'm finally doing something that I want to do. And I'm doing it in a way that's extremely authentic. You know, the first 2 takes,
Oh, hi.
no, that's not me. The way I'm acting now is the way I act all the time. Or not even. It's the way that I act when I'm by myself. Because I am by myself. There's no one here. It's just me. And I'm comfortable with that. I'm kind of an introvert. You know, I'm able to go outside and, you know, talk to people, and I do enjoy that. I'll go to a concert or hang out with my friends. But that's not where I get my energy from. I get it from me. And I'm comfortable with that, finally. It's been forever, man. And I've been through so many trials and errors, and I'm finally here. You know, it's to a point where even if I do regress, which at this point, it's not regression, you know, we have emotions, we feel down on ourselves sometimes. Like, I mean, I'm autistic, my emotions are fucking everywhere. I can't trust all of them, you know? I have to trust my core values and how I feel about myself all the time rather than how I feel about myself at the time. Like that. You have to trust how you feel about yourself all the time rather than how you feel about yourself at the time. That's nice. Someone put that on a t-shirt. Send that to me. But yeah, I also want to say, this is almost going to be like a fucking, well, it won't be 20 minutes. The timer on here is about 20 minutes, but I'll cut it down to be like, it'll probably be like 12. I'm not tripping. This channel, I'm going to do a lot of just music reviews. I sing too. I don't know if I already said, my memory sometimes. But I do have a TikTok. It'll be both of that unless TikTok gets banned, then it'll just be up here and like Instagram or something. But I kind of hate Instagram because
people are so sensitive
on there. You can't say anything. If I posted this to Instagram, you know how quickly I would be mass reported and like doxxed and killed? Like, it would be like a whole thing. I'm just being dramatic. Not really though, because some people actually like really care. It's really insane. But yeah, I'm gonna do a bunch of shit. I'm gonna do a bunch of shit that I finally want to do. And I have my own microphone. I'm not gonna show it because it's all the way up there and I'm down here. I'm on the floor. I like to sit on the floor. I don't like, well, I like chairs, but I don't like the chairs that I have. But mostly it's gonna be about music and my love for music and how I interpret and appreciate it. Because I truly do, and I truly want to share how I feel about it, because I want to know if other people feel the same way I feel about it too. Like,
do y'all get head tingles too, or
like, that's what I want to know. I want to know, seriously. I think that the human mind is so unique, and I want to know how similar I am with certain people, you know, and I want them to feel vulnerable enough to be able to share that with me, because that's important to me too. For people to feel comfortable enough to share with a random fucking person on the internet. Like, you know, I could totally just be like,
bitch, fuck your head, this was a joke.
Like, I could just really just play in your face like that. But, you know, that's not my goal. And the fact that you feel comfortable enough to share it is really nice. Because a lot of people aren't. A lot of people like to bottle it up and just like to feel like they're weird, like I did. Man, we're all fucking weird. I mean, we're all different. But we're also really similar as well. I don't know. I'm not gonna keep on rambling, but I will definitely be on this channel. I don't know how often. I don't really like to give myself a schedule because then it makes me stressed. I'm also in college too, so it's not in session right now, but
It will be.
that's a whole another thing that I don't even want to think about right now. But yeah, hopefully you guys like this video because I like making it and I like being up late and doing things. So a lot of my videos might probably just be really dark and like I just like the darkness. I just like being in the dark. I like the nighttime. It's quiet. No one's up and doing anything. No one's bothering me. I'm just able to center my thoughts and really understand and interpret the way that I think and feel when it's dark and there's no external annoyances. But yeah, I'm gonna stop talking. Okay, I will see you later. Bye.